Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. And today my backdrop is a little different, and I got my Bad Boys t-shirt on. So coming hard today. Please like, share, and subscribe. What I have to say today is very important. This is the day after we found out that the police would not be charged with murder in the Breonna Taylor case, and I want to dare you guys to check out two links that I'm gonna put in the description. One link is to the TatumReport.com. And on that website, there is a link to the police investigation of the Breonna Taylor case before she was murdered and after. Why is this important? Because it's going to give you a full picture of what happened to Miss Breonna Taylor and who she is, or who she was, God rest her soul. There's another link I'm going to put in there. The link is to a documentary called the Trayvon Martin Hoax documentary, The Witness Fraud That Divided America. Now, I'm going to dare you to watch that video. I'm going to dare you. And if you can watch that video and look at the news the exact same way, please leave something in the comment section on how you watch that video in its entirety and you come away saying, oh, okay, the mass media is definitely telling me the truth, right? And after you read the Tatum report, again, please let me know how you can read that, digest that information and say, okay, ABC, CNN, everybody, yeah, MSNBC, yeah, they're telling me exactly the truth. They're definitely impartial. Now, they're not. And you can go figure it out for yourself by clicking on those links and watching the documentary and reading that report. Why is this important? Let's say, well, Andre, you're on the internet talking crap or whatever, complaining. I live out in the middle of nowhere, or I live in, a high rise in Chicago. What does this have to do with me? Well, that screen behind me shows you what can happen if the policies that are being pushed through in the name of people who look like me, these socialist Marxist policies destroyed my home city of Detroit. Behind me are examples of two things: capitalism and socialism. Now, the brick house you can find in Detroit, and the White House you can find in Highland Park. Highland Park is a city within the city limits of Detroit. Highland Park was once the most affluent city on the planet. Why? It wasn't because of socialism. It was because of capitalism. A capitalist called Henry Ford set up shop in Highland Park and was making so much money that he attracted all type of labor and capital to Highland Park, making it the most affluent city in the world. Now, this was like in the 50s. The brick house is not too far away in Detroit, in a neighborhood called Parler Woods, neighborhood full of mansions. Now, would capitalism give everybody a mansion? No, you got to wait to get to heaven for that. But is this what you want? The choice is yours. We live in a republic where we get to vote, and you vote in policies. If you vote in these policies, these socialist Marxist policies, this will be the end result. I'm just letting you know, I've lived through it. This will be the end result. You don't want this. And how do we avoid this? Well, here you go. One way to avoid this is to go back to yesteryear, where we valued attributes that led to success in a free market society. And what are those values, you might add? Well, let's take showing up on time, for example. being polite, being goal-oriented, valuing education, valuing a two-parent household. These are attributes that lead to success in a free market capitalist society. But what have we done lately? We've attributed those attributes to whiteness and ignored that people in Africa who are successful share those attributes. People in China who value these attributes are successful. And China's a communist country, right? So Japanese people, you talking about showing up on time. Japan is a country where if you are on time, you are late, and they're fairly successful, right? So the opposite of these attributes, the lack of education, not valuing education, not showing up on time, not being polite, not being goal-oriented, not valuing a two-parent family system, in a free market society will lead to failure. So, with that said, I'm gonna dare you to read the Tatum report and watch the Trayvon Martin documentary. Why? So you can see for yourself how the media and the left are manipulating you, manipulating your emotions so that you can vote for these socialist Marxist policies that lead to destruction. Sorry, wherever this thing is, right? That's the gateway drug if you wanna put it that way, right? That's step one. Step two, stop looking at the world through racist lenses. We need to call it for what it is, capitalism or socialism, right? So if you're a white guy, a white girl out there, if you're gay or lesbian or trans, whatever, you know, if you're born that way, you're born that way. You had nothing to do with it. But what you can take responsibility on is your choices in life and your actions. I had nothing to do with being black. You had nothing to do with being white or Asian or whatever. But I take full responsibility for my decisions and my actions, right? And I've decided that I value capitalism over socialism. I value being on time more than not being on time. I value education over not being educated. These are choices I've made personally. And these are choices we all can make together. So the next time you're in a fight or argument with a social justice warrior and you're white and you're just opposed to a certain policy and you get called a racist, back up, man, and just say, look, I'm not a racist. I'm a capitalist. Are you a capitalist or are you a socialist? I think that's where we need to take this conversation. Capitalism versus socialism. And with that, I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna ask you again. I'm gonna ask you to like, share, and subscribe, please. But I'm gonna dare you to watch the Trayvon Martin hoax documentary, The Wire Fraud That Divided America. And I'm gonna dare you to read the police report concerning Breonna Taylor. God rest both their souls. Neither one of these people will want America to end up in this White House behind, right? Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor would want the best from all of us. I never knew him, but I'm sure as a normal human being who made some bad decisions, both of them, right? They would want the best for their parents, their neighbors, their friends. And capitalism is the best we've got. Socialism always ends up in failure. With that, I'm out. Have a great day. God bless. Come back, share, and like this video.